Bellatrix.
I don't think you even need anything though in this scenario. You just Harry Potter's small, Frodo's small, baby small.
Yeah.
You just throw the invisibility cloak over all three of them, and
What happens when the baby cries and all the zombies know where you are?
I'm sure there's a spell that deafens something or like silences something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Cruciatus
baby
Curse. He just tortures the
freaking
baby to
annoying.
not cry.
Oh my
Me what?
god.
The Type A and Type B personality theory describes two contrasting personality types. Type A personalities are more competitive, highly organized, ambitious, impatient, highly aware of time management, or aggressive, while Type B personalities are more relaxed, receptive, less neurotic, and frantic. Feels really one-sided.
It feels very one-sided.
Type A got like 12
Everything.
adjectives, and Type B is like, yeah, like they're just kind of chill.
Yeah, that's like
How do you guys feel
Whoa.
about, I don't know, have you used this at all? Where it uses like the AI to scrape the web and give you like what it found?
I've seen that a little bit. Yeah, the summarizer.
Yeah, the summarizer. How do you feel? I wonder how true it is.
I think it feels.
What if we go
pretty
straight
alright.
to Wiki?
Do you think if I write a book? Okay, well, first of all, hold on. Let's go back. Sorry. Let's go back. So, Gryffindors are like leaders. They're brave and they're outgoing.
Okay.
Slytherin are ambitious.
Sluts is what they remind me of. Like they're players. They slither in.
No.
Okay.
They're
I get it. That was good.
they're just ambitious and sneaky.
Okay.
They're snakes,
They're ambitious, power hungry,
power hungry,
etc.
Etc.
AKA
They're the
evil.
They're the
Milo's
evil.
not, are you guys saying that because Milo's the black cat?
Yeah, they're
No,
Don't
the
say
because he
yeah.
freaking attacks things.
they're the
and
evil
other
house
cats.
in Harry Potter, but I don't think they're evil because then you have like you have really cool Slytherins as well. So they're kind of the outcasts a little bit as well. Then you have Ravenclaw, which are the nerds. They favor wisdom.
Okay.
They have like to get into their house, they're the only one that actually has a riddle that changes daily.
Okay.
So
Is it daily or is it every time they go to the thing?
I think it's daily.
Maybe.
I don't remember. But it's like they have a riddle.
But basically,
Whereas-
each of the houses have like a clubhouse / where their beds are.
Mhm.
And to access it, you have to give a password.
Mm.
Except Ravenclaw.
Yeah,
They have to
Raven-
answer a riddle.
Yeah, they have to answer a riddle.
That kind of sucks. I
Yeah.
am so tired. I can't figure this one out.
Right? You
Yeah.
just go do your final exams.
Right.
You go, okay, time to go relax. And it's like, what is green and red? Or what is green and red all over? Is that it?
Nope.
Oh, what is black and white and red all over?
No, I'm thinking of the frog in the blender one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then Hufflepuffs are
Miscellaneous.
no, they're so you have Gryffindor are
Hufflepuffs are the closest to mouth breathers.
no. Gryffindor are brave and they're not like outgoing in the sense of like charismatic, they're outgoing in the sense of like they like want to go and do stuff.
Yeah. Experience based.
Yeah. Hufflepuff
Hufflepuff are the stoners.
they're the cool kids, the charisma based characters. They're like the Sorlocks.
Oh, they're based?
Yeah, they're totally based, the coolest, the best,
Yeah.
the most like social.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
saying that in the fourth one, there's a Gryffindor and there's a Hufflepuff. And who died?
The Hufflepuff.
The Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
So,
Because the Gryffindor are like the strong, brave
main character syndrome.
main character. And then
Gryffindor values bravery, daring, nerve, and chivalry. Hufflepuff, hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. Ravenclaw, intelligence, knowledge, curiosity, creativity, and wit, even though they didn't use an Oxford comma, idiots.
Losers. What a fucking
Slytherin, ambition, leadership, self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness.
Okay.
Yep, that's better.
Mm.
That's a better explanation, especially for Slytherin, because I was like,
I know, it's hard because you're so biased because, like, the only Slytherins you see are, like, just kind of the bad guys.
Yeah.
And then you
They're
have
all
well,
blonde-haired.
you have some good ones though.
But, like-
some of the most badass characters in the show are Slytherin.
Yeah, but most of them are like
Who?
blonde hair, blue eyes, Hitler babies.
Yeah.
Snape?
Is like evil for 95%.
No, he's a badass double agent. Are
Well,
you kidding
don't
me?
spoil it.
It's so cool.
I know, but if you watch the movies, like your impression, what Slytherin characters do you see? Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle? They're
Ugh.
bullies and bad
Yeah.
and evil. Malfoy's dad, evil. Snape, what you see of him is evil
Mhm.
for 95% of it. So like your impression is like, what do the houses represent? Well, we don't see any Hufflepuffs, so fuck them, except Cedric. Gryffindor is Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ron, so they're good guys.
Mhm.
So it's like good guys, smart people, evil, and the other one that I forget.
I feel like
I just don't think
you don't see any Ravenclaws either though.
Luna.
Well, I think thanks for telling me about what Harry Potter is because I've never seen it. But also, I want to say welcome to the Kickback podcast. It's been a minute. We're
Rip.
back, huh? Nobody was getting there. Nobody was.
I was kinda
It's
waiting
been
for
going
you.
for like
Yeah.
7 minutes. Nobody was getting there. Okay.
I was waiting for it.
We are your hosts, Chris Hemsworth over
Buddy.
here.
Yeah. He does look like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. We have Ed Sheeran over here because he's redheaded and has absolutely like amazing
have
pipes.
Brown hair.
Dude can look at your beard. Dude can sing is all I'm saying. And I'm Harry Potter, and that's why we were talking about Harry Potter earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and give us a little crack.
Oh, also, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Gobble Day.
Gobble gobble.
Oh, okay. We're gonna clear the.
He's so nice with it. He's so nasty with it. Now that we've gone over that,
Yours was
I'm-
actually really crispy.
It was a loud crack. I'm very curious to see what the neighbors think of us, who they think we are, because they only know us in the podcast.
True.
Like, which of one of us is the Huff and Puff, the Ravenclaw, the Slytherin, and the Gryffindor?
You got 3 of the 4.
I think he knows them all. He's just being.
He's just being a goofy goob.
He did a little goober.
Being
Could
goofy
you-
A little
goober.
goober.
Imagine being as cucked as Thanksgiving.
Excuse me, what?
It's like the most cucked holiday. It's like Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Halloween's done. Christmas.
Yeah, it's right. Well, I think it's because a lot of people are starting to reject Thanksgiving nowadays.
It's because it's I don't know. I
Are a
feel
lot of
like
people-
some of these holidays are kind of like outdated, or not outdated, but like the idea behind Thanksgiving is like to be thankful, and then the idea behind Christmas is also to be thankful.
Is it?
I've just heard.
Yeah, that's why you
No.
like gift give. You're like, oh, I'm
It's to be
thankful for
cheery.
you being in my life.
Yeah, I thought that was to be charitable.
Yeah. I've heard that people are trying to cancel Thanksgiving because of its roots, and it's turning more into a Friendsgiving type of thing. Where
What are its roots? Just kidding.
So
Are
you
there-
see,
is
were
something bad
people-
there?
Yeah, there is. There is a few things that are bad with what happened. But yeah, I've heard people are starting to kind of reject that, and they're just using it as an excuse to get with friends.
Wait, what are the roots? Just so I know. Like,
Oh, okay.
seriously.
Basically,
White
the
men.
whites backstabbed the natives.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't the whole thing of Thanksgiving not about backstabbing the natives? It was
Yeah,
about,
It was like, hey, let's be cool with each other. And
Yeah.
then
and then
as soon as dinner was done, dessert was just
Yeah.
was it dessert?
no. It's just the
It's
fact
like,
that they got
it was like the day.
it's like a fake holiday because we didn't actually honor it. I think is the point why people
Yeah.
are mad.
Like, hey,
But,
let's share your food
And
and
when I
learn your
say
secrets.
we-
Now that we have your food and your secrets, I'm gonna kill you.
But like, here's my next question: is like, do we stop celebrating it because of what happened after, or do we continue celebrating it because of what the idea is to give thanks to like the land?
The
and
spirit of it
people?
is to give thanks, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people are looking back at the spirit of it is cool, but celebrating something that caused a lot of trauma for a specific group of people isn't a good thing. Regardless of whether or not the spirit is to be good, the actions and what it actually caused is a bad thing. Is the idea behind the supposed
Okay,
cancellation.
then like,
Yeah.
what about like Christmas?
For sure, yeah. Some people don't like it because of the Christian religion, but I think it's so far away from the Christian religion that a lot of people just haven't even given it as much thought.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like J.K. Rowling from the Harry Potter series.
Okay.
It's like people don't want to separate the art from the artist or the holiday from the origin.
Yeah.
But really, it's like nobody celebrates Christmas because it's the birth of Christ, right?
Well, it's not
I
even
mean,
the
some
birth
people
of Christ.
Yeah, because it's not. It's just
It's Easter.
winter solstice.
No.
Easter's when he died.
Christmas
Oh,
is
Easter's
birth
when,
of Christ.
Easter's
Birth
when he
of
was
Christ.
reborn?
Resurrected, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, yes, Thanksgiving, the idea was good, and then those people did a bunch of terrible shit, so we don't want to like honor that. But nobody like sits around Thanksgiving and it's like, wasn't it really cool when we backstabbed the natives?
Right.
It's more just like an excuse for family to get together and celebrate, have dinner together, argue about politics. The good stuff.
Yeah.
I saw a post yesterday, and I'm curious what you guys think. It's Frodo Baggins and Harry Potter are tasked with taking a baby, a freshborn baby,
a freshborn,
baby,
a newborn
from New York to Las Vegas by foot in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and they have to keep the baby safe.
Okay.
The baby is self-sustaining, so you don't need to worry about giving it any food or anything like that, but it has the stats of a normal baby. This is what the post was.
Okay.
Do you think they can do it? Can they trek across America during a zombie apocalypse? I don't know much about Harry Potter, but I have seen a little bit of Fantastic Beasts, and they can teleport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, that's what I was going to say. I was like, that's so easy for Harry Potter. Like, who cares about the other dude? But you said they have to take them by foot.
Yeah.
So I assume no flying on a broom and no apparating, which is their teleportation. No flue powder, which is how they go through a chimney to go places.
Oh.
You know, because that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
By foot, okay.
Frodo could go by foot.
I have seen Lord of the Rings.
Frodo could, yeah.
What does Frodo bring to the table?
Frodo, I think, actually is good with the sword. Like, decent with the sword.
He's never had any formal training.
No, but he's fought.
No, but he can go invisible and poke you with it.
Yeah.
And then also he has mithril armor. So he couldn't get bit unless he was bit, like, on the face.
Or the hand, or the leg, or...
Yeah.
I think Frodo's like the Usopp of One Piece, where he is very brave, but scared at the same time.
Do they get...
He just gets through it.
Yeah. Do they get... Yeah, I think Frodo's only, like, power or whatever is that he's, like, a decent person or something. Like, he's a decent person, and he's dedicated to getting the ring to the place.
But he
so
can
he'd be
use
dedicated
the sword just fine.
to get...
He can use a
the
sword
baby.
like an average.
I think he can
I don't think a sword is very effective against zombies, though.
He never...
I think he can get used to decapitating.
Why do you think he's never been in a fight with a sword except for when?
He is like all of the first is him getting into fights with swords. All of the first movie.
What?
Yeah.
The one where they decide they want to leave and then they meet Aragorn and then they hide the entire time?
They don't hide the entire time.
From the Nazgul until they get caught by the Nazgul and Aragorn has to come and find him and save him because he's literally stabbed because he lost in a sword fight against the Nazgul and dying.
No, because it's the... Wait, is it the first? No, it might be the second.
I don't
actually.
think Frodo has any sort of skills with the sword
I don't
until,
think
like,
he
the
ever-
last.
He fights...
I think
he
that's part of his
ever-
character arc, right? Is that he actually, like, gets to actually be somewhat decent with the sword by the end.
Yeah, because he has like the
But
hero's
he
journey.
sucks for the majority of it.
Yeah.
I think that he's okay because he uses. I think it's like needle. Is that what it's called? Right?
He has...
Sting? Something.
Stinger.
Yeah, it's
There's
Stinger.
Sting?
It turns blue when a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He uses it in the to fight the orcs. He fights off a couple orcs by himself.
I don't remember that.
I don't know
He
about that.
fights the giant thing, but
He
the
knows
troll,
it's-
but it wrecks him completely. He fights the octopus.
I think the point is that he fights even though he loses the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh.
but like he's got experience.
I don't think... No, he
Experience
doesn't
losing.
have sword experience. He just knows how to hold a weapon and hit somebody. He's not like a swordsman, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's not. I'm not saying he's like a super great swordsman, but he's fighting zombies.
I think he could
Like,
do
I
it
think
I don't
he-
think as a
I think-
zombie is very like I don't think sword's very effective against multiple zombies.
I think he could destroy multiple zombies with a sword.
He can't even reach the brain.
Yeah.
True, actually.
He would
He's
have
very
to,
short.
Well, no, maybe, if he's quick with it, he can like chop the legs off and then in the same motion flip it around and hit their head as they fall.
Does okay.
I think he's harder to get to. I think he can easily outmaneuver every single zombie.
No,
because
I
he
think-
he goes through.
well, pretty much
he's
everyone
really
can.
good at. He's really good at hiding. He's really good at
Yep, that's about it.
So basketball
running
players,
between things.
basketball
do you
players are
remember
getting taller and taller, and it's getting to the point where they're like 6'6" to like 7'2",
Mhm.
right? I think there's gonna be a legitimate case where like a 4-foot player is gonna have an advantage because they can literally run between the legs and just steal the ball and pass it to somebody that's taller.
Done. Okay. I have
Okay.
questions about the Harry Potter side of this.
Mm-hmm.
For you, Avada Kedavra is the killing spell.
Okay.
You say the word, point the wand, and it kills a person. Does that work against zombies?
I would say yes.
I think that they would have to make a special spell. There's other spells.
I mean,
There's
there's
like
a lot of
the-
spells.
I don't
but
know
like,
anything about it, but my thought isn't it kills you from alive to dead. It just removes you from what you are to nothing.
It's one of the 3 curses.
Yeah.
So
The killing curse.
the
Yeah.
killing curse. So my question is, do curses work on zombies?
I think curses
Yeah.
do in general, but I don't know if you can kill something that's not alive.
No, if it's a killing curse, then it works. If curses work,
Okay.
right?
Then
Yeah, I think it
Harry
kills
just one shots every. He doesn't have to really aim or anything.
Do
They don't
they
use.
have
He doesn't use Avada Kedavra.
I'm sure he wouldn't care about it against zombies.
could
And also, he does try to cast it once.
Do they have stamina issues?
Not really, no.
Where they can just go forever? Like,
He tries to
they're-
cast it on
they're-
Bellatrix.
They're like my favorite boy Anthony. He just doesn't quit. He keeps
Do you
going.
mean like as
The
far as the
zombies?
magic goes, or
No,
just like?
as far as magic goes, yeah.
Yeah, no. There's no like mana
No, man,
bar
they can just
or anything.
go forever. That's cool.
Second question: do they get Harry's invisibility cloak?
For sure.
Oh
They get-
damn!
they
They
get
just
Harry's-
fucking walk.
Yeah, they
Like,
get Harry's invisible cloak and they get the ring.
That's like so easy.
Yeah.
That's the easiest.
What would stop them?
Well, the Eye of Sauron's gonna find them, and then it's gonna send the
Wait.
Nazgul, and now it's the Nazgul and the zombies versus.
Avada Kedavra.
Literally,
Like all the problems that Frodo could face is just one shot by Harry.
Harry's. Do you think Harry's stronger than Gandalf
Which one?
the White?
White. He's quite literally a god, right, or an angel?
Yeah.
But I feel like the magic system in Harry Potter. I just feel like Avada Kedavra is just OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have
killing curse.
I am Gandalf the Grey. Avada Kedavra. Gandalf the White. Avada Kedavra. Fuck.
Gandalf the White.
I think he can block it, right? He has to be able to block the magic, but like Gandalf.
I think
The same way that they block in Harry Potter, where they like to do the.
my head canon is that Gandalf blocks the magic and slowly gets closer until he beats him with his staff like a bow staff.
Yeah. Where he beats the fuck out of him.
Boom, boom.
I think that
By Samson.
I think it's
in
easy.
comparison, though, he kills a lot easier for sure with Avada Kedavra.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he's.
I don't know if he'd use it
stronger-
against Gandalf though.
Yeah, I don't think he's stronger than Gandalf, but I think that he's stronger than Gandalf when using it against other people. And he did try to use it against Bellatrix.
I don't
know
think
if
you even need anything though in this scenario. You just Harry Potter's small, Frodo's
Mhm.
small, baby small.
Yeah.
You just throw the invisibility cloak over all 3 of them, and
What happens when the baby cries and all the zombies know where you are?
I'm sure there's a spell that deafens something or like silences something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
This
Cruciatus
baby
curse.
is
He just tortures the
freaking
baby to
annoying.
not cry.
Oh
Excuse
my
me, what?
god.
Wait, what did you say?
There's a one of the 3 unforgivable curses is like you control them, and it's not Cruciatus. This is a torture curse. It's the other one.
Yeah, where you can control him.
Because like that was like the big thing that Voldemort was like. He just like mind controlled basically a bunch of people, and they're like, we can't really tell who's actually helping him or who's been just cursed by him.
Mind-controlled,
Yeah. Oh, could you just mind control a bunch of zombies and just walk in the middle of them?
That'd be
Yeah.
pretty dope.
There's no. I mean, Frodo doesn't contribute to this, but I feel like he holds the baby.
He holds the baby.
He's the baby bearer.
He's the baby bearer.
He's not the ring bearer. He's the baby bear.
He's the baby bear.
He's the baby bear.
Baby
Just-
bearer. Okay.
I like
not
baby
a
bear.
bear.
That How I Met Your Mother joke. Our ring bear. Ring bearer. Yeah, the ring bear. Is there going to be a bear at our wedding?
The ring bearer.
But outside of that, Anthony and I have had a crazy week.
Oh yeah.
It's been something.
It's been shite for me.
How was your week, buddy?
It was fine. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Same old, same old.
God, so
Same old, same old.
pretentious.
Yeah. You had some BJJ.
Yeah.
You choked some people erotically.
No.
Oh,
What about
so
Vaticaradically?
What?
Vaticaradabra.
Avada Kedavra.
Vaticaradically.
It was. I appreciate. Hey,
Look, I had a minor cold for like a week.
I am
okay.
so sorry for you.
So
I
I
didn't
think
have
we're
that.
all about the same.
I
Oh,
also
you're
had
worse.
the minor
I
cold.
didn't have a minor cold. You did, and something bad happened to you. So like, yours is definitely the worst.
I'm on my 3 strikes.
Yeah, what happened to you?
Get it all out of the way.
Usually it happens in like the span of like a week to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
but like I think it's been like just my whole summer.
Oh my God!
It's fall.
I had somebody come in.
To
yesterday.
fall.
Winter? Is
So
When does winter
summer to
start?
fall? Summer to fall.
Oh, December. Okay, so it's fall, yeah.
Yeah, summer to fall. Sorry.
You're almost done.
Go
then.
ahead.
I just had a member come in. He was like, "Yeah, I was in the psych ward last week. That's why I didn't come in to pick up my custom-made workout program." I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that." He said, "Yeah, I tried to hang myself." I don't. What do I say in that situation? I was like, well, I'm glad you're here."
You validate. Do you want me to teach you how to validate? It's called like
I told him, I was like, "Do you want like exercise programs so that if you try again, your neck is strong enough to survive that?" Like,
you
we'll
don't
go to the cable tower, we'll wrap the rope around you, and we'll get.
That's what I was leaning that way. It's like I tried my hang myself, and it didn't work. So you haven't been skipping neck day.
50 cents of neck hangs.
He's like the guy from who's Shark Boy?
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner.
Have you seen the one where he's like in the
Yes.
the Western?
It's Adam Sandler's version of like the old Western thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
And
all
he's the-
swinging when he's hung, and he just
Hanged.
swings
Oh, I've seen. Okay.
hanged.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Lynched.
lynched.
No,
when he's been
hanged.
lynched,
Okay.
and he's swinging
What
back
happened
and
to
forth. Oh, this week I got
Hi,
into a
Samuel.
freaking car accident. My whole grill is destroyed. My front bumper is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I'm not leaking anything out of
That's
my
good.
car.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
where
Yeah.
are you leaking?
Yeah, we get specified.
Out of my anus. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. So
My week sucked. Car accident, got a cold, and my ass is leaking.
That's the 3 strikes. That's all.
Yeah.
no, the cold wasn't so bad. I think I'm still waiting for the 3rd thing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Look behind you. Just kidding.
Dun,
So
dun.
yeah. So because what's up, Samsung? I'm kind of fucked here. I'm worried about what it's gonna be. You know?
And what the 3rd one's gonna be?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
You're
No.
so adorable. This
Yes.
makes you 10 times better. Like you go from just normal redheaded to like a hot redhead when you have the cat with you.
Hello, please.
What happened to you, Braden?
Yeah, let's hear yours.
Anything
I went
interesting?
on vacation last week.
Nice.
I went and visited my friend, and I didn't ask them if I could use their name, especially for the story because it involves where they work.
Okay.
So, Jenny, I think is it a gender bend of Jerry?
Jerry and Jenny?
Yeah.
Why can't Jerry be female? You're sick.
So
do,
Jerry,
Jenny.
Jerry.
Jerry.
I went and visited my
Could be
friend
either.
Jerry. Now there are very few people that I get along with it as well as I do with Jerry. And we were having a fantastic time. It was a great Friday. Woke up, great time. We got some breakfast, some coffee. Went and worked out. Went and hung out with or walked around the city. Went and played some pickleball. Fantastic day. We had a great time. On the night, we're heading back to my hotel. Right. I'm on an exit lane only. To my right is the wall of the freeway. And the way it is this is me. And then to my left, there's a truck. Kind of lined up as if they were going to do the parallel park. So like halfway to my car. This truck decides they want to be where I am. And without putting a blinker on, they just go. So I'm sitting there.
Someone tried that to me today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's so fun. Happened to us on the Halloween party, too.
Ooh.
Something similar. So that was the start of my day. Somebody tries to run me off the road. Or start of my night. I'm like, that's weird. Anyways, we go to the hotel. We start watching some fun stuff. Some Randy Feltface. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
No. He's the Braden Can't Have Blue comedian.
No.
Nope.
No, if you guys look that up, you'll find a funny skit about Braden's. I get roasted in it for some reason.
Yeah.
They hate me.
Subscribed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're sitting there and we're watching some of that, and we're just having a good time. Now Jerry is a influential person at the campus that she attends. So she gets a whole bunch of phone calls all of a sudden, being like, "Hey Jerry, what's this about a gas leak on campus?" And she's like, "A gas leak on campus? What? I don't know. I'm not there," which is rare because she's usually there in her dorm and ready for whatever's gonna happen. We find out that the entire campus is being evacuated due to a gas leak, which
Cool.
I guess isn't the
Fun.
first time because there was an explosion like a year or two due to a gas leak on campus. So everybody's freaking out.
Wait. Okay, what kind of explosion?
I don't think
Is it like a-
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I think it was like probably like if it's a gas leak, it probably didn't blow up the building, but I bet it like burned a room.
had some bad.
He said
stuff.
explosion.
Yeah, I heard explosion.
Yeah, I
out of my
bet it like
mouth.
burned a room.
So everybody's freaking out. So she's trying
I'm
to
freaking in.
handle
Let's go.
all of this, right? My hotel, I'm on the 16th floor, and I'm directly south of the campus.
Okay.
So I'm like, I
So
wonder
you're-
if I can just open my windows and see what's going on, and see if there's any fun flashing lights, anything happening. So I open my window, and I'm looking out, and I do see flashing lights. They're not at the campus, though. They're right below me. And I'm like, that's not the right spot. They're not supposed
No.
to be there. So I look down, and there's like 4 fire trucks around on the street right there. There's a whole bunch of firemen out there with hoses. There's a couple ambulances and people on gurneys going to a medical tent. And it's because the building directly to the right of me across this small little street is on fire. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So gas leak a couple blocks away, and then a fire that could get bad, and maybe I need to evacuate. Maybe the fire gets to the gas. I'm just like, this is weird. So I go through and I start getting all of my important things just in case I do need to leave my hotel as well. And I get all my important things in a bag. And we watch the fire go from smoke to more smoke to coming out of the roof of the building. And it's like growing. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not too good.
No, it's not too bad either though.
Yeah, I was watching it, having a good
explosion.
time.
Yeah.
No explosion. Nothing like that happened.
That's not.
Um,
that's not right. Buildings aren't supposed to look like that.
I was like, where are the marshmallows? Come on, guys. And we watch them kind of pretty much get it under control.
Mm-hmm.
While that's happening, Jerry gets the call that they figured out where the gas leak was at, and all of the students are allowed to go back. Now, this happened at about 12 a.m. midnight noon.
Night noon.
Midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah, so around midnight 30, low noon is when...
High noon. Low noon.
Low noon.
Yeah.
Dark noon.
Dark noon is when they get the call to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jerry says, "Hey, Braden, do you mind taking me back to the campus so that I can help everybody get in smoothly? Because everybody left."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Sure, no problem." We drive down there, which is it's pretty close to where I was staying, and it was like literally like a 2-minute drive. That's why I was afraid of the gas leak. I'm like, how bad is it gonna be? Which is unrealistic, It was just in the moment.
It's just like you're up in your room and you're looking out and you just see like the building next to you is on fire, and then it goes to the next one, and the next one just slowly creeping to
Start
the
moving
campus.
to the gas. Like, no. Instead of trying to park on the campus because everybody's coming back, we're like, there's gonna be no parking. We park 2 city blocks away, which are very, very small. There, it's probably like one of our blocks, if that really. We park at a Walgreens down there and just walk up.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, helps everybody get situated. Everybody's back in. It's now like 1 o'clock, 1 in the morning. And we're good to leave. We're going to go back to the hotel. So we start heading back to the hotel, and we get probably about 100 feet away from where my car is. And then we hear pop, 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 a whole bunch of pops, right? And we're like, those aren't fireworks. Those are like very obviously gunshots. And I look back to where my car is at this Walgreens, and I see a group of people running away. And I see what looks like one dude waving like a pistol in his hand.
Okay.
As soon as I see that, this is happening very, very quickly. The pops are still going. There's probably about 10 or 15 of them. A bullet whizzes past me. One hits the ground and jumps up. One hits the wall behind me. So we turn and run. Right?
Smart.
Yeah, while we're running, more of them are like, we can hear them like whizzing by and dinging like past us because their shots are coming in our direction. They're only like 100 feet away. We get behind the gas station. I call the police and I'm like, hey, so like, this is going to suck for you guys because I don't know where I am because I'm not from here, but there was a shooting. And they're like, where? I'm like, I'm by the campus. There's a Walgreens to the south. And luckily, they are good at their job and they know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, awesome. Well, we're gonna send out some police down there to go check it out. Fun fact: when that happened, they shut off my phone, so the only time I could receive calls was from them.
Wait, the police did?
Yeah. Like it was like like my phone had an emergency thing on there saying that you can only receive calls from emergency personnel. Probably because they don't want me to be
That's weird.
on the phone with somebody in case they need to get a hold of me.
Mm-hmm.
They probably
Yeah,
won't.
but I don't know. That seems weird.
You're right.
Dude,
I didn't know
those-
that was the case.
It's the vaccine, man. They just
Yeah,
they
it said
got
they could
that-
do it for
They
up
got
to-
that new update.
That's what it was for?
Yeah.
So that they could isolate emergency calls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
A little elaborate.
Yeah.
I like the idea of just like, yeah, there's a shooting. Where are you? I'm like between the gas leak and the building that's on fire.
Yeah.
What city are you in, bro?
This is Detroit.
So after this, I found out that gang violence is starting getting pretty bad in the city that I was in.
Mhm.
Right, and that's likely what this was some sort of gang-related shooting.
Were you wearing blue?
It might have been. And
Wow, are you victim blaming? What were you wearing?
yeah, it's kinda
Well,
fucked up.
I'm just saying, like, you got to know.
You go out
No,
there wearing
you
those
can't.
colors, of course you're gonna get shot at.
Yeah, like people,
I wasn't on 55th
like,
Street, so that's
on 55th Street. No, how do you know you weren't on 55th?
Yeah, true,
I
you
found
don't
out
know.
what street I was on. I
Oh,
was
okay.
on
Oh,
after.
okay.
Yeah.
Like if I were to walk around in a like this, I'd probably get shot too. So
No, you're showing both colors. You're good.
no, this is just like a little light, and this is too red. So I think I'd
Yeah.
definitely get.
So about
I
seven.
get got from a gat
Yeah. So about 7 minutes
in my lap.
afterwards, we hear from the police that it was just
But I ain't
fireworks.
fat.
Right.
It was
Now,
not just
The
fireworks.
issue
So
with
you were lying.
fireworks- So the issue with fireworks is at the end they kind of they do the firework thing, where they have that explosion. They also don't whiz or like ricochet off of things like that, right?
Are you sure it was an airsoft gun?
You know, maybe it was an air gun, right?
Maybe,
So much like compressed air and
but you saw the bullet hole, right?
well, we'll get there. So I call Walgreens. I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. So I call the Walgreens, A, to see if my car's okay, and B, to see if they know what's going on, right? And they're like, yeah, we heard the pops. We don't know what happened really because we don't have the window that faces out there. The police did come down and ask us if we have any cameras in the area, which we don't have cameras for the parking lot.
Smart.
So they said, okay, yeah, we can smell the gunpowder out there, but there's nobody that's hurt. We don't see any blood on the floor, so we're just going to call it fireworks. Which apparently at this city is very common. They had an active shooter earlier this year on campus. It took the cops 45 minutes to respond and somebody died. Because they just
Wow.
they didn't take it seriously. They just are
Damn.
bad at their job. Unlike the person who knew where I was at, the person on the phone.
To be
The
fair,
dispatcher.
a bullet is kind of like a firework, right?
Yeah, just deadly. It's like spicy fireworks.
Yeah, it's like
I like that.
high risk,
Yeah.
fast fireworks, very
Yeah.
fast fireworks.
Yeah, especially if they like hit something and then blow up.
Yeah.
It's even better.
We've all played that game where you've got the little popper fireworks and you throw them at each other.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
watch them explode. This is just like the adult version of that.
No,
Yeah.
I always thought the adult version was the bigger red ones.
The bigger red ones.
Yeah. Those ones that
Firecrackers.
firecrackers, yeah.
Dynamite.
The small dynamite.
Yeah.
The tiny dynamite.
Guys,
the tiny mite,
It's
if you
like
will.
lowercase dynamite. It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. It's like dynamite with no caps.
No
On
cap.
God.
For real, for real.
So we decided it's probably fine to head out to my car.
Sure.
Luckily, my car was not a victim of the shooting. But about 30 feet in front of where we were at, the direction we were walking, there was a bullet hole in the glass right there. Right? Definitely caused by a firework. Maybe we'll put it like an image link of it in the description or something if we can, or we'll just add it to the video here so that the viewers, the neighbors on YouTube can actually see it because they're the real fans, unlike you audio listeners.
No, don't do that to them. They don't deserve it.
They do deserve it.
No, I get it. I get it. If you're driving around and you're like, I'm gonna listen to my favorite podcast while I'm driving, go for it. You listen to the audio.
We've gone over this so
Two
many
eyes.
times. Yeah.
Just saying.
No, they're wrong. They're
Okay,
just
here's the
fucking with
thing,
you.
right?
Okay,
You
here's
got
the
into a
thing. No,
crash. You got into a crash, and
Ooh.
you were listening, right?
I was
just random things. You weren't watching.
listening to music.
Okay, so you're just listening, and you still got into a crash.
I got into a crash.
What's the-
I got into a crash because there was no control. Oh, do you want to hear the story? I
Yeah,
don't think I ever
I
told you the
I
story.
In a
like
moment.
Braden's argument though. It's like, okay, I was wearing my seatbelt and I still got hurt from the car accident, so they're pointless.
Yeah, it's stupid. We
Yeah.
don't need them.
Anyway,
Hold on, I'm not done. How
Oh,
dare
you're not
you?
done?
No, fuck you.
I thought you were done.
Anyway, so we
Wait, we started with my story first anyway, so fuck you.
yeah, and you refused to elaborate.
Yeah, and then we moved to mine. You're like, yeah, I got into an accident. This is crazy. Anyways, yours?
Yeah, so okay, he'll finish his.
Yeah.
We'll go back to you, and then we're going to tell the truly upsetting news of how I got a little cold and my sniffles.
Yeah. So we get back to the where I was at, and you can smell it. It's like gunpowder gum. It's thick in the air. We
Yeah.
look around to see if there's like any firework boxes or if there's anything on the ground that would signify fireworks. No, nothing.
Any bullet casings?
I didn't see any bullet casings. No, I was wanting to go back to like the gas station we were walking by to see if there was any bullet things in there, but we never like got the time to go back there. And I think it was also a little traumatic for Jared to go right there again, especially since it's like so close to their dorm. Like gas station, a couple small business buildings, and then our dorm right here.
That's just really dangerous to have fireworks so close to a gas leak.
Yeah, and the fire
And a gas station.
We were right next to the pumps.
Yeah.
Like we very much so could have just like, exploded.
I don't. Assuming they were actually bullets.
Yeah. I'll show you guys the video.
If
or
you
the
shoot
photo.
a gas pump thing, it doesn't do anything, does
Probably
it?
not, because the gas is stored below
Yeah.
in pipes and whatnot. So
So
that's probably
Grand
good.
Theft Auto lied to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The crazy ones are the ones that you know the light poles. If you smack them and you have like a ring on or something like that, and it goes the wow 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 sound.
Okay.
We had a couple of them that sounded like that, probably hitting the poles of the gas station, the metal bits there that would make that wow 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 sound. Yeah, so that it went from a great day, fantastic, to I'm gonna get run off the road. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, there's a gas leak. That's crazy. What's this fire doing right over here? Why am I getting shot at?
You did all three of yours in one day.
Yeah,
You're
within
still
like
on
a couple
two?
hours. This was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I don't know what. It's going to be something bad.
well, yeah, you're gonna get shot.
manifest it.
Yeah, don't
Stay away from fireworks.
don't go to Smith's.
I'm probably
Don't
either
go to
going to get
Smith's.
hurt physically
Don't
or
go to
mentally.
Smith's.
Think?
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
It's not Smith's.
Hey,
Wait, he had 4 bad things. He was around. So he took one of yours. That's what it is.
you're good.
No,
Homie move.
no, I'm going to get fucked, but thank you.
What we could do, neighbors, I want you guys to vote because I think it's a very homie move for me and Buddy here to just make the third thing happen for him. So you guys vote in the comments below on YouTube what you think we should do to Anthony to
No
make it
rules.
happen. Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Braden, hold this gun for me. You might not need it.
You might not need it, but if you do, shoot and kill somebody. No way.
No way.
Oh, there was okay, so I was traveling south
Mhm.
and
Very
the person was traveling west.
Mhm.
So he was to my
Mm.
right. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Nailed it.
Except I hit his rear quarter over his tire on his driver's side. The reason I did that is because there was no stop signs or yield signs
Mm-hmm.
on the street.
Mhm.
And usually you're like, oh, there's no stop signs or yield signs on mine, so there's obviously one on the other. Well, there wasn't one on the other. It's completely uncontrolled. So, one thing led to another. I did start to slow down
Mhm.
because I was like, there's a speed bump on the other end there. So on the north.
It's
there?
north of you.
Yeah, it was north of me. So I slowed down for that, but freaking smashed into him, and now I can't drive because my bumper drags.
I think that's the only reason.
Yeah, it's a drag.
That is a drag. Did insurance get involved?
Yeah,
Is your premium going to go way through the roof?
probably.
And do you have to sell a kidney?
Yeah.
Are any of you guys looking for a kidney? Or know anybody looking for a kidney? How much are you charging?
A lot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll probably go
You
like
guys name your price. We'll make it
Yeah.
happen.
I'll probably go like 50,000.
50,000? Is that what's the going rate? Can you look up what the going rate for a kidney is?
Actually, really, yeah.
I don't even need to look it up. I have that memorized.
So based off my scar right here, I got it tattooed on there.
I saw I don't have TikTok, but I saw a TikTok.
Mm.
And it's like some dude dancing. It's like, if you're ever depressed or whatever, it's like, just know your worth. And he's dancing, and it's like heart price, kidney
Oh,
price,
yeah.
eye price.
Yeah,
He's doing his disco, and each time that's funny.
How much can I sell a kidney for?
How much do you think it's gonna cost to fix your car? Is it like close to totaled, or is it
Probably gonna cost like $1,000.
What is your highest paying side hustle?
Selling a kidney. You got 2 of them bitches. Sell them. Honestly, why don't we just like sell off little chunks of our liver and then let it grow back and then do it again? Is that not like infinite money?
Mm-hmm.
409,000 USD for one
You
kidney,
were underselling a lot.
according to Richard
Yeah.
Land.
Sorry, 500,000.
This dude's name is Richard Land. Dick Land.
So yeah, crazy times all around. You got sick though, buddy?
Yeah, so
And then
I
you
had
got
like
me sick.
a little bit of sinus pressure, and like I had to blow my nose a bunch, and so
That stuff's dangerous. My grandma's in the hospital because of sinus stuff.
yeah, I was close.
Hmm?
No,
You
No.
can sign this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Sign this dick.
Okay.
charging.
Can I tattoo my signature?
Can
on
I
your
get
dick?
your autograph? Right here.
Right there, please.
Can I tattoo my signature on your dick?
No.
Why?
That sounds painful.
Okay.
And really hard to heal. Like,
Yeah.
what if I get a hard on, you know? Like, while it's healing?
Dude, you could do a fun tattoo idea where it's like where it grows and it
Oh.
changes the design, you know?
Yeah.
Like some people get it on like with the biceps,
like-
so when they
it's
flex
like-
it does something.
It's like cursive, but then when it grows, it turns into, like, bold or whatever. or what's the...
No, I was thinking a Jack in the
Italic?
Box, so that when you're flaccid, it's in the box, but as you get hard, it like. Yeah.
Oh, that would work
I get hard really quick, too.
if you were
so-
Oh, no.
circumcised.
If you were what?
Or uncircumcised,
Oh yeah.
right? You could do more clever
Ooh,
ideas with the
yeah.
foreskin.
Let's go get a foreskin graft.
I've heard, or I read somewhere, I don't even know why I know this. I don't actually know if it's for sure true.
Mm.
But I think you can restore your foreskin by stretching.
Just any stretch. Like
Well, I think it's
I can feel it
specifically.
growing right now.
You just want to flash the camera.
Show me your balls.
Come here, ball. I'm wearing underwear. It's fine. I can
Underwear.
Uh,
under my shorts.
you guys are ready for 2024?
I'm ready for 2024.
Dude, what a year. What a year.
Dude, it's going to be lit. It's going to be more lit than that building next to Braden's
Yeah.
uh,
I'm going to have a sober
not
year.
hospital. Hotel.
I'm going to have a sober year.
You're gonna have a sober year.
Mhm.
Okay. How do we hold you accountable?
I'll bet you.
No, like what do we need to do if you break the sober?
Uh-oh.
I lose the bet. Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
He's going to have a sober year because he's going to die before then.
I'll bet you a day.
No, that doesn't matter.
No,
Like,
no. We need how many lashes?
Yeah, like you break. We find out. We catch you in the hallway huffing that good stuff.
I'll bet you a week.
No. You need to have something that's like
I'll bet you a month.
none of those. I
Bet
want to
you a
break a
year.
kneecap.
No.
Jesus.
I think he's not gonna learn.
What is the consequence?
It's not I mean, the consequence is betting you each a day.
I think okay.
I bet you a day and I
Well-
bet you a day. And if I do it, you both owe me a day. And if I don't do it, I owe both of you a day. But then you also have your own yearly challenge. So that's the bet.
I don't believe in yearly challenges.
No, I think. See, I like
Like,
where you're
yours
going.
could
There's
be
just some issues, right? Because
read
we
a
don't
book a
know.
year.
We don't know.
Or
A
if
book a
you're-
year.
Like
I can do it.
I don't want to like give a year because you could just see us be sober, go home, and be shooting up methamphetamine. You know,
Well, I wouldn't do
And we
that.
wouldn't know. We don't know.
Everyone knows you snort methamphetamine.
Oh, and
Idiot.
like we just wouldn't know unless we like go swimming with you and we see that you have a bunch of like needle wounds, right?
Needle wounds.
I'll just be honest.
Wow, he's just gonna be honest, guys. So I don't know if I feel comfortable betting a day, but I think us if we catch you owing us a day is a good thing because then it's like you owe me 24 hours of BJJ where you're gonna get choked and hurt for breaking.
No,
your
you're just
sobriety.
worried. You're just
And
worried.
then-
You're just worried
And
that
then I'm just gonna make you go on hikes to like the highest point where we live, so that you're just hurt so bad
No, I'll be honest.
Why do you want to hurt him?
for breaking his sobriety.
Why do you want to hurt him?
I think pain helps you learn.
I don't know if
Let's
that's.
do it for a year. I'll be honest. And then I'll bet you a day.
The issue is the honesty. Like I don't.
He doesn't trust you.
I don't.
Why?
I don't.
When have I
Damn.
ever lied to you?
it feels like it's so easy for you to lie, and then me get stuck with a full day.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's so risky. I don't know.
You're like my best friend. Why would I lie to you?
Because you don't want to be embarrassed that
No, I'll
3
just
months
take
in
the-
you
I'll
had a
just take
hard
the
day, and
L.
then you went and smoked a pack of like jabronis.
I'll just
'Kay.
take the L. I have to be honest.
We can keep track of him. I'll just give you access to the cameras I have installed.
Oh yeah, fine.
I'm not betting a day
Why?
because I believe in you and I don't want to lose a day.
I don't know. It's such a weird, like, you can just say you did it without any like proof.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be honest.
Ooh, see that Freudian slip? He started to say, "I'm not gonna."
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie.
I know, but it's more funny my way.
Yeah, it is funnier his way.
That's okay.
2024.
Bet me a
Why are you
day.
excited for 2024?
Bet me a day. It'll
Why are you
keep me in
excited for-
check.
Why are you excited for
I
2024?
believe in you.
It'll keep me in check. Just do it.
Oh,
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Then I
I'll
won't
keep you
have
in
any-
check.
I won't have any reward to do it. So I
your
don't
reward
wanna-
is being
I don't want to
sober
do
for a
it.
year. Okay.
I don't want to do it now.
All right.
See,
sounds
that's what I'm
good.
saying. It's so fickle. That's why I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
No, it's not fickle because I wanted to do it for a reward.
See, that you can't do that. You want to do it
Because
for
you two would hold me accountable, but now
I'm gonna
but now-
hold you accountable.
No, because now there's no point. What do I lose?
Would you lose?
Yeah, what do I lose?
Oh,
Health?
you'll find out.
So
Yeah.
what?
See, the issue is if you want to do it because you want to get a year from us, that incentivizes you lying, saying, "Oh yeah, I never broke."
No.
Well, yeah, quite literally. I have a question for you guys.
No,
real quick.
it incentivizes
bikes,
me. It
on Can I mute
incentivizes
his
me.
mic? Do you want to unplug it?
Fuck you.
Do on bikes, they measure the power input by kilowatts, right, or kilojoules or whatever.
Okay.
You're going 80 kilowatts an hour,
Oh, okay.
but they don't do that on treadmills.
Mhm.
And the reason is on a bike you're stationary and you're creating movement. You're
Right.
creating power. But theoretically on a treadmill you're not.
Right.
Is this true? What do you guys think? Are you not creating any power?
Quite literally on the treadmill, you're not, because the treadmill has to move before you can.
Yeah, but you still have to move. You still have to put power in to move.
According to the laws of physics, what
If-
is it? The 3 laws of motion or whatever?
Mhm.
No. I don't even think it's one
So
of those.
if you're riding an
If you're
electric
pushing-
bike that has pedal assistance,
Mhm.
does it no effort?
No, you're still putting in effort.
So you're still putting in power. Why don't we measure it in kilowatts then? Or joules or whatever it is.
Because so the power you're putting in, I don't think actually it keeps you stationary
Mm-hmm.
because the treadmill's moving away from you.
Mhm.
You have to push on it to relative to it move forward. So you are pushing on the treadmill, moving it back, but I don't think it's as much. It's almost like you're more floating. Like if you push into a wall,
Does that mean that running
not
is
moving
useless
anything.
on a treadmill?
I mean, it's good for you.
You're putting no effort in.
I think you are putting effort in.
I'm just saying, if it's not one of those treadmills that doesn't have any power and it's like a hamster wheel, I don't want to do it. So I
Okay.
haven't ran.
That's good. They're not great for your knees, so.
What if it still bounces? How's the suspension?
What do you... The treadmill bounces?
Yeah, treadmills have suspension in them.
Nah, just do an elliptical.
I like ellipticals.
So I'm really pumped for 2024
Yeah.
because it's an election year and our politics are crazy.
So crazy.
And it-
oh my God.
You know? It's
Oh
just...
my God.
You just got to embrace it, you know? Because you can't change it.
No. All we can do is get popcorn and just enjoy on the sidelines.
I'm not gonna vote.
You should vote.
You should still vote.
No, I'm not going to.
Listen to what we say and do what we say
No,
for the vote.
no, you don't care about me.
I do care about
No,
you.
I'm not doing it.
I care so much about you.
No, you don't.
I do.
You don't
I'm
even
just
trust.
being honest.
You don't care. You don't care
Here-
enough
here's
to
the
trust
issue.
me.
Here's the issue. I'm being honest with you, and you're mad about it because you know it's true.
No, you.
Yeah.
You don't care enough to trust me.
That's not the issue there.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think you trust someone just because you care about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't. He doesn't trust me at all. Like what?
I guess not.
That's fucked up.
How many times this year have you told me you're done doing what you do, and then you keep doing it?
But the difference is that I'm honest with you every single time I do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it's just it's not like, hey man, I did this. It's I catch you doing it again, right?
you catch me because I literally go outside and do it.
I know,
I'm not
or
like
I can
hiding
smell
it
it on
from
ya.
you.
The
But
it is smoking cigarettes. I don't want to make it sound like you're like shooting up.
Yeah.
He just
To be
asked us
clear,
in
I
the
want to
past
go
not
full sober. Like
Like no
alcohol.
ibuprofen.
no alcohol. I mean, I would still do like sickness stuff,
No vitamin B.
and caffeine. But
So caffeine.
but I wouldn't do alcohol, and I wouldn't smoke.
So the elections. What happened recently that makes you want to?
I mean, there's so much.
Should we start with the fight?
Okay, yeah. The fight in the Senate was hilarious. But like just any of the debates going on, any of the Twitter posts which started the fight. So there's like it had nothing to do. There's like some hearing in the Senate, and there's two senators, and it's cool because one's a Democrat, one's a Republican, so both sides suck, which is great. So everyone can laugh at this,
Yeah.
I would hope.
Hopefully.
One of them printed out pictures of the tweets from the other guy and is like reading them out, and it's him tweeting negatively about the guy reading it.
Yeah.
He's using his time as a senator where they're supposed to be having hearings about like economic responsibility or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, basically, you called me something mean on Twitter.
He's confronting him for being a bully or whatever. On
Cyberbully.
Yeah, cyberbully on paid time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which one thing I love is people are calling for a break after 5 weeks of work because it's too much for these guys. 5 weeks of work.
Yeah.
It's like we have to work year round, and they're like 5 weeks. That's too much.
Yeah.
If I'm in for 5 weeks, I'm gonna try fighting somebody. Literally.
But how many people are tweeting rude stuff about you? How many of your coworkers?
It's just one, but he has multiple accounts and he keeps tweeting them.
Sorry. So he's calling him out, and he's like, he basically called him out. He's like, oh, you'll tweet mean things about me, but that's all you're gonna do. And it like slowly escalates while these people are yelling at each other. Full-grown men being like, no, I could beat you up. I could beat you up. It's like, why don't you stand up then?
Well, let's see this outside.
Or he's like,
how about that?
You said name a time and a place. Well, right now, right here is a time and a place. And the whole time Bernie Sanders is like off camera yelling like, guys, settle down. Like, this is not what we're here for. We're U.S. senators.
Right. I've been loving the bit. It's like Republican, Democrat yelling at each other like toddlers, and then Bernie Sanders literally needing to step in the middle of them and be like, stop.
Bro.
What are you doing?
And like that doesn't
Sometimes
even...
it takes a communist, you know?
I don't even think he's even a communist.
Mm-mm.
Like, close to a socialist, I guess. But it's just funny because he's like, 3 years ago, I was running for president, and now I have to babysit these children.
The last 8 years, just about have been crazy as far as like
hell.
politics has
I think
like,
Trump broke
he did.
the world.
I don't know, like he definitely made a lasting impact, and it's because he brought everybody to like an infantile state as far as logic, reasoning, and arguments go.
Yeah. Well, it was I feel like it was a combination effort between him and Hillary.
Hillary?
Because when they were running, they both just insult war. That's all they were.
I don't think the insult war would have happened if Trump wasn't in there.
That's true.
I think if
I
you
also-
replace Hillary with
but-
anybody else, the insult war would have still happened. But if you replace Trump with anybody else, it wouldn't have happened.
I didn't follow politics like really
But
at
it
all.
takes two to tango.
And
Well, yeah, but the
does it?
issue is like it's the one that
Yes.
instigates it, and the other person responds. Like Trump is definitely the cause of it.
I didn't follow it really around that time,
But maybe causation and correlation don't match.
but I would be willing to bet quite a bit that like Hillary maybe said some mean things about Trump like once for every like 100 times Trump said shit.
Yeah.
And
Trump's
even
main
then, it
thing was,
probably
like-
was like a tenth as inflammatory.
Right, and
If that.
I could be very wrong, but I think it was like Trump came out of the gates like, "Where's the laptop? Where's She can't do internet stuff because she's a woman and dumb. She shouldn't be the president." And then she's like, "But what about your taxes?" And then
Yeah,
that was
it's,
kind of like
that's what I imagine it was like, and I feel pretty sure about that based on all the other fights that Trump gets in.
yeah,
And because
including like the judge telling him telling his lawyers, "You need to control your what do they call him, client?" In the Florida case, the judge was like
Client? Yeah.
yelling and throwing a tantrum towards the judge, and the judge turns to Trump's lawyers like, "You need to control your client."
Judge Churns.
Yeah, he was just doing this.
I don't know. It's just gonna be so fun to watch once because Trump hasn't been like in the debates or anything because
Mhm. trials,
legal issues. It's going to be extra funny if he gets sentenced for something, because I think he still becomes the Republicans' choice.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Like
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun.
I don't.
You don't want?
I'm not gonna vote
Why?
unless there's someone that I really like.
But why not vote for the lesser of two evils? Give less opportunity for the bad thing to come in. Why?
I think we should all veto the vote.
Why?
Why?
Because they keep putting up dumbass people.
Oh, Biden's running. He's gonna win.
Well, yeah. I don't think there's
Unless he dies.
Unless he
first.
dies, yeah.
No, I don't think that we should have old people in the presidency.
For sure. I think there's an age limit to get into it, and I think there should be an age cap. I believe that. But
so I'm full blown. We should just veto and not vote.
Do you think one is worse than the other on either side?
I think that it's if it's what's it called when you all get together and you like no, what is that called?
Protest.
It's a protest. We should protest.
Okay.
Protest the votes and make them put in some competent motherfuckers.
Can I say something?
No.
Okay.
Do you think one is worse or better than the other?
And
Or do you think they're the exact same?
I think right now, if it's Trump and Biden, it's the exact
It's going to be
same.
Trump and Biden.
It's the exact same.
Interesting.
I don't know about that.
I don't think it's even close.
No.
I think Biden's a pedophile.
Why?
Or he has dementia.
Why?
One of the two. Because of shit that he said.
Like what?
Like,
hey, he wasn't on Epstein's blog books. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Trump
don't get me
was.
wrong. I think Trump is too.
Why?
But because they're both just like things that they've said. Do you want me to like YouTube
old equals pedophile.
Well, no, because the main problem
is like when he's like, oh, I like it when like the kids come and touch my leg hair. Like what?
Biden has said weird things for sure, and he's had weird actions and whatnot.
It's like he just doesn't make sense. So either he has dementia or he's a pedophile or both.
Or you're seeing
the curated
3-second clips that people who hate him and want to paint him that way have put together in YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if it's enough context to put that, like, you know,
do you know,
like, what is he? Is he like? Is he gonna be like, oh, someone said this?
Like if I really hated you and I wanted to, and I had millions of dollars behind it and stuff, and I wanted to paint you as the worst person possible.
You didn't even wait to like really hate me to do that.
And the only thing I have is the episodes that we've recorded so far. How bad do you think I could make you look?
Really bad.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Right?
Now imagine you've been in the public eye as a politician for
50 years.
What is it, like 300 years that Biden's been alive?
Yeah.
How
3
hard do you think it
centuries.
is to cut together stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, but like, I genuinely don't think that like him saying things like that.
So, like, for instance, with the leg hair thing.
Yeah.
I know what that's from. He's like talking about some family get together that he was back in the day where they were at a pool, and like he's like, oh, it's so funny when like the kids come up and like play with my leg hair because they think it's cool when it's wet or something like that.
Does it sound pedophilic?
Or like all the pictures I'm sure you've seen of him like sniffing or whatever weird thing. It's like him kissing his granddaughter on the top of the head or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they just take a still where it looks like he's not kissing, he's sniffing. It's just a bunch of stuff like
And they
that
say
to
this is
make
a
him
random
look as
person.
gross as possible.
Yeah.
Now, Trump also probably isn't a pedophile. But there is one specific thing that I don't know what context makes it great. He's just straight up in an interview saying that, like, if Ivanka wasn't his daughter, he would, like, marry her or something.
There's also the
Which is-
grab her in the pussy thing or whatever.
But yeah, I mean, that's
The
just
sexual
locker room
assault. Yeah.
talk. But that's not
Um,
like pedophile stuff, right?
No. There's.
Those
I
are
think both of them had things that are bad for him, and I
For
think
sure.
both of them could have things that are good for him potentially. I don't know.
well, I mean, I'm sure they both have good
Yeah.
things.
I wouldn't want either one of them if I could choose to be
Yeah.
in, right? But the issue is we can't choose that, right? And
We should be able to as a country.
Why do you
we
want
should,
Biden?
but we're not unified enough. I would prefer somebody who is younger and could have a more long-term successful career. I just don't feel comfortable with somebody that could be making policies and doesn't need to feel the effect of them because they're going to die soon. Right.
No one running for president feels any of the worst effects of our
right.
laws and stuff, which is a problem.
Yeah.
But I don't know
It's
how
a huge
you
problem.
stop that without being like, woo. Because, like, do you really want Joe Schmo running for, like, leading the country just because he also feels like the bad parts of our tax law or something?
No, I don't
know.
want. I don't want like a random Joe Schmo. It
I would prefer. I mean, like, I don't know, like, I mean, Joe Schmo, just like some random.
Well,
dude.
what he was saying, he's like, I don't want Biden because he's never gonna feel like if he passes shitty laws, he's not gonna feel it because he's gonna be dead in like 3 months or something because he's so old.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if that's a great way to pick your president. Is like,
Right.
well,
It's
you
just
know,
something I don't feel.
Jim from down the street, he'll feel the tax laws because
Right, I
he
think
works a
that's
9 to 5.
full extreme parts of it.
Yeah.
I think it's more like I would prefer somebody who's a little bit younger. I don't have anyone specifically in mind. That if they pass a law that's bad, there's at least the public outlash. Even if they don't feel like the economic bit of it, they're around to be like, yeah, this was stupid, and
Yeah.
you know, somebody to go through it and actively feel the harassment or whatever they get from it, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody who
That's
can
fair.
pass these laws to, not saying that they would, but theoretically you could pass things
Like he literally
set
could be
up.
signing the law on his deathbed, and then he's just like, "Fuck you" at the end.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, fuck you at the end.
Yeah, like that part doesn't make me feel comfortable. I would prefer to have people that are younger, even if it's like younger Joe Biden versus younger Trump. I would prefer that over what we have now, right?
Yeah.
But the issue is, yes, if we could get everybody to unify and maybe even look at third parties more, and try getting more mix up in there or something, that would be cool. It's just unfortunately not realistic because we can't get anybody to unify for anything.
Well, I think
So-
that that's the problem is that we're spreading this information where you can't unify for anything, right?
Mm.
But if you agree and you agree and I agree, it's like the voting thing.
Well,
Like,
there's-
why do you
every
vote?
year-
Like, why do you want me to
Mm.
vote?
Every year, there's people that are trying to get people to unify, and it never works.
Well, why do you want
We
me to
can
vote
get-
though? Because my vote counts.
Counts
It
more
does.
than not doing something. Yeah.
Voting is the only thing where every single person in the country has the exact same amount of power.
Mm.
Yeah, and I choose to take non-action because
so
it's better.
The trolley problem.
Well, in my opinion, if you have candidate A and candidate B, they're running against each other. Those are the only two choices. Third parties are nowhere even close to working in our system. If you think they are the exact same, don't vote. That's fine. If you think one is better or worse than the other, I think you're kind of like
I think
not required. What is it? You
should have an
should.
obligation.
You're kind of morally obligated a little bit because if you don't, if there's like bad guy and middle of the ground guy, if you don't vote for middle of the ground guy, this guy has one fewer vote to overcome to be the one that's in charge to win. You're basically not voting is closer to voting for the one you would least prefer than doing nothing.
I would least prefer both of them. So I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't think they're even at all.
Well, that's the issue, right? Is that you're liberal.
No. Here's the issue is,
And-
I'm going to be very harsh here. You have not looked into it nearly at all, so you don't know the truth of it. And I will be honest, I don't know much of the truth of it as well. So we don't have as much of a say in it other than what we feel based off of what we've seen inside the echo chambers that we're at. And we're making a very brash decision based off of that, right?
Well, I have two separate echo chambers because
Mhm.
that's what I was going to get at next
Mhm.
is I have conservative friends that are like, oh no, this is all this bullshit. So same thing last time.
Mm.
I was like,
But the issue is that
bouncing
all
around
friends,
with-
they're not your own research.
yeah, I know, but I'm not going to research it.
And that's the problem. You should.
No, it's a waste of my time.
It's not a waste of your time.
It is.
Here's my opinion as well. If you decide that it's a waste of your time and you don't want to vote, you don't have the right to complain about what we have happening next.
I can complain about what we have happening next if it's two old people that don't
I
feel
don't think
the
so.
repercussions. I would be more interested if it was younger people
Mm.
because I literally don't care about Donald Trump or Biden.
But they still are going to make effects to our country. They're still going to affect your life either negatively or positively. And you can have an active decision in what you do to help you in whatever situation or to, hamper your life. But if you don't choose either one direction, I don't think you have a right to say, this is stupid. I would have done blah, 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 because you wouldn't have done anything.
I think
when action came, you did nothing.
No, inaction is action.
Yeah.
It's a bad action.
It's
not.
It's the trolley problem.
It's not. It's not a bad action.
It's
in fact, there's Asian proverbs about it.
That doesn't mean it's
actually,
fine.
I'm not even gonna do that. It's just because it's dumb because everyone wants to relate everything to the Holocaust. But I'm just saying, like, if you have someone trying to gain power and do bad things, and you have someone else that's trying to gain power and do less bad things, if you don't do whatever you can to stop the person doing the most bad things, like, that is an action that is negative. You're letting someone do more bad things.
I think that it just depends because like the most that you can do is not what you're doing. You voted, congratulations. You're one in 300 billion people. Or 300 million, sorry. No?
300 million.
300 million?
330, something like that.
330 million people that voted.
Now, that's too broad.
Sorry, you're right. That's children and children and...
No. You have to think about what's going on in your state. What is your state going to end up choosing for the electorals?
Okay, so friggin' one in...
Well, what are you going to do inside your gerrymandered
I don't think the
district?
numbers matter. I think what he's saying is if all you're doing is voting, like, you're not really doing that much.
You're not doing the most that you can do. If you're
not doing the most,
if you want to do the most that you can do, you can go and kill the guy that you think is going to be
Jesus.
terrible.
God damn.
Probably
That's
not.
the most that you could do, though.
If anything, I think that hurts your side.
No,
Yeah,
that
it
hurts
does.
you.
No.
That hurts you
No.
majorly, but
No.
it's the most that you could do. You die a martyr.
You go
They die
a martyr.
Yeah, you would
decide,
hurt the wrong side.
You go through and you decide you're Democratic and I hate Donald Trump. I'm gonna pop him. I'm gonna pop a cap in his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Now
a
people
lot
are
of
like,
people
"Dumb
want to do."
Democrats are insane. I'm gonna vote for the next runner-up of the Republican because Democrats are crazy. They've shown how far they're willing to go. You actively hurt your side doing that.
I think you can say you're not doing all that you can do if all you do is vote, which is fair. But like,
you're doing even
you're
less
voting,
if you don't.
Which is like the one thing that gets someone elected.
There are literally like
you can go out and like door knock. You could try to raise money. You could do a bunch of extra stuff.
This is my version of fighting back. Because I don't want either party.
I think it's uninformed.
You're not fighting back. You're just
I am because I'm not going to participate in a system that is against me.
Yeah, but
is it MTG that won by like 170 votes?
I don't know. Probably she's
like quite literally elections are that close. 170 votes. If 170 people decided, actually, I'm going to go vote because I know it doesn't matter a whole lot, but I like this person slightly more than I like MTG, right? MTG wouldn't be here, and MTG is very actively stupid, like objectively. She's just dumb and bad, right? And the fact that the people are like, it doesn't really matter, their vote would have quite literally mattered, but they thought it didn't, and it would have.
Dude, I think...
No, it's not about what matters and what doesn't matter. It's about standing up for my beliefs.
No,
if I believe
you're standing...
I think it's misinformed.
You're standing back.
Yeah.
And letting everyone else do what they're going to do.
No, I'm standing up because I refuse to vote.
How are you standing up?
Well, the other people are going to vote, and then but
eventually
get
one
their
day
candidate elected one vote easier.
It does nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they're going to make the laws in the country, and you're going to be like, yeah, but I stood back.
No, I'm studying.
You're Aaron Burring this.
I'm not Aaron Burring it.
You are quite literally Aaron Burring it.
Okay.
I don't know what this verb
Fine.
is.
If that's what you want to do. I mean, he became what? Vice president?
Nope.
Or what happened to him?
He tried to run for election. He would have become vice president, but then the president's actually, I'm going to change that law. So he didn't become vice president, and he ended up becoming a crazy cultist and was kicked out of the United States pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Because he never took a stand on anything. Everybody's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you taking a stand? And he's like, well, I don't really believe in this. And then he tried to finally run for president, ended up losing, which back in the day would have made him vice president, but they changed the law so he wasn't vice president. He was just another random Joe Schmo, and then he ended up making a cult, and then a whole bunch of things. But the main thing is he never really chose a side, and a lot of people don't like that about him.
Yeah.
Well, I chose a side, and my side was wrong, and then I chose another side, and my side was wrong. So I learned so quickly.
That blows my mind. You're just saying that, like, that means it was a right choice. That means there was a right
I
choice.
learned.
what
I
he's
learned that
saying
whatever
is that
whatever I
people tell
choose
him
is
one
going
side's
to be wrong, because no matter what I choose, I'm wrong.
What do you mean you're wrong?
I mean, if I were to vote for Trump right now, what would you two say?
I think that
I
is
disagree,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
so?
I disagree. You're wrong, and then it would be the majority against
I think
me.
I see what
And
you're
that's
saying, and I
ex-
think
and that's
what I was trying to
exactly
say before is it's a misguided step because you don't have the knowledge of why you'd be voting for the person. Right now, you're just voting for a person to vote for a person. I think you should instead look back and do the research of, I want to vote for this person because based off of the policies that they passed during their term, it helped me in X, Y, or Z. Versus the policy that these person passed during their term, it helped me in X, Y, or Z.
Well,
And then you should be like, oh, this person helped me more than this person hurt me.
I tried that with Trump, but then I was told I was wrong.
So
It doesn't matter what you're
if
told,
you actually
right?
looked into it and you thought that you were doing the right thing, why would you care if someone else is like, I don't agree with you?
Because I'm close with that person,
So
and it sucks
just
to
don't
be
talk about
told that I'm
politics.
wrong
Just
constantly.
tell me you don't want to talk about politics with them. Problem solved.
Well, then I don't want to talk about politics with you guys
All right.
because I'm obviously wrong again.
I don't think you're wrong on the sides you're choosing. I think it just everybody, you, me, you, the neighbor should just do their research and choose who they think it is for who they want to
What?
vote for. But they should vote.
Well, that what I was saying is, if you think one side is slightly better than the other side, you should vote for the side you think is better. Like, regardless of what side that is, like, if you believe Trump is better, you should probably vote for him. Otherwise, you're saying that I'm going to take one vote away from Trump and basically just make Biden win that much easier.
Mm.
And if you think Trump is better, why would you ever do that?
Well, I don't think Trump's better. I think he turned into an insane person after his presidency.
Okay.
But I don't think Biden's better.
Okay.
So
You think they're the exact same?
I think that we're getting set up with shitty candidates.
For
And
sure.
I'm not, and
But
I
choose the
don't
better option
believe.
of the
I
shitty
don't believe
candidates.
in lesser of two evils.
Okay. Just greater of two evils?
Just they're both evil.
I-
Like, oh,
I think you're largely misinformed. And
I killed a
think
child.
we
I
should
raped a
end it.
child.
Well, neither of those. I think
Kill-
you're making it
kill
so
them
much worse
both.
in your head than it actually is.
Kill them both.
You're making it so much worse than it actually is. You're
You
going to
know?
the extreme examples.
If one of the president's policies was like, we're going to kill 1% of the children, and the other was like, we're going to kill 50% of the children, you'd be like, same.
But it's not.
They're the
It's not
same.
that.
I know it's not that.
But
That's how you're acting.
it's
like,
like,
it is.
but it's
That's how
like,
you're-
which one would you vote for? Of course, you're gonna vote for the 1%.
Yeah.
But like, that's still shitty. He's killing 1% of the children.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to vote for him.
You're right.
He's
we
killing
shouldn't have to,
1%.
But we're in a
We
situ-
should take both of them down. If in fact, if a fucking president did that, I would probably turn into a
insane person.
insane terrorist and try to kill him. But like, because that's the most that I could do, you know. And then it's like, and then it turns into like, oh, he's, you know, either I stood up for my beliefs
Like on the
and
camera.
huh?
Oh, sorry. I was playing with a cat toy and I was trying to throw it up, but I think every time I let go of it before it popped up.
Yeah. I got distracted with what I was saying. I think it's either I die a martyr or the president dies a martyr, but at least I didn't, you know, at least I saved 1% of the babies.
Did you?
Tried to.
Or did you, like,
Actively do nothing.
yeah, I don't know. I think
If you
if you
vote for the
legitimately
guy,
had those two choices, right?
if you vote for the guy that kills the 1% of the babies, yeah, you save 49% of the babies, but all
That's a
you
lot
did
of
was
babies.
but all you did was vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you,
Which is a lot.
if one side was actually voting for policies where they're killing 1% of the babies or whatever, you'd probably vote for the one that wants to kill the fewer babies and then do a bunch of work before the next election and try to get someone who wants to kill 0 babies.
I think our options
I don't think
suck.
it's
I
that
agree with you
extreme.
there, but we are with the options that we are. And I think we should choose the option that we are. We're forced in a situation where we can choose something that we think is going to be better, regardless if we think they're both bad. We think one of them is better in one context or another. And we should do our best to make sure that person gets in there, because then that paves the way for people that are like them but younger to now step up. Doing nothing does nothing for the future. Doing something helps the future potentially.
No, because you can protest.
What is protest? Protesting has done
You
nothing
can
for years.
protest and vote.
Yeah, do both.
Or we get everyone to not vote
That's
in a
never going to
protest.
happen.
Yeah, like
That's the problem.
ever.
because you're pushing this idea. It's
No.
you two and everybody else pushing this idea
too
that you
small.
need to vote.
You're thinking too small with that one.
No, because there are quite a few people on both sides that actually like their candidate and want to vote. So you're never going to convince them, well, like, we should just never vote. So you're going to convince all the people that are like, I don't love either candidate, but I know I should probably pick the one that's less bad, and I'm going to vote. And you're going to convince
Wasn't
all
the
them not to
statistic
vote,
that, like,
but
70
then the
million
other
of
people
Americans-
want to vote, and they're going to vote. And then basically it's just a battle between the most diehards on either side.
Yeah. Wasn't the statistic that like literally 70 million Americans prefer Trump? Or something like that?
Ooh,
Like
I don't know.
60
It's
something?
changed. I mean, it changed all the time, but he's still got a ton of support.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're...
I'm just saying, like, that's like 70 million, right? And Biden won the last one. Let's say his is 80 million. Do you think we're going to be able to get enough people that are going to vote and are going to boycott choosing somebody else that it's going to matter? Like, it's what we have to do is we have to get enough people to say, oh, I'm not going to vote for either one of them. Then we have to get them to choose somebody specific they want to vote for or say no. But if they say no, then we still have 80 million versus 70 million. Biden's going to win.
Yeah.
There's so many hoops you have to jump through, and nobody has a large enough reach to do that.
Yeah,
I think that if you get the majority of America,
How are you going to get the majority? That's the issue.
the majority of Americans, I don't think even vote in general.
True. They do not. Very, very low voter turnout usually.
then we should have the people who don't vote go in and vote no for both. Just be like, no, these are both shitty
That's the same as
candidates.
not- vote
voting.
no.
Yeah.
They have
the majority
then
of people
we
already
need,
do what you do or what you want to do, and it's done nothing.
Then
So
we
do
need
something.
Then we need to go higher up.
How? Who? Where?
You build a, what are they called? You build a fucking
We build a tower. We put a portal on it.
no, stop. I'm serious. I'm trying to think of a committee. You build a committee.
Mm-hmm.
The committee passes the bill
Mhm.
that if you don't want either candidate, they have to redo the fucking elections.
Okay,
How-
I want to
okay, what-
say something really quickly. I agree with you that it'd be cool if we could get that to happen. The issue is, how would you do that? There's no way to do it.
You build a committee.
What?
How?
That's how
How?
you
How?
you build. So
What
you
do you-
go to your
sorry.
local. You
Okay.
go to your local city.
Mhm.
You build a committee,
How?
and this is how it works. You go around, and you talk to people, and you create a group of people.
Go to Liberty Park right now. There's people doing that
Okay,
currently.
you've got a group of people.
You
Then
got
what?
a group of people. They go and they try to pass a bill.
How do they pass a bill?
They send it up through.
They have no power.
No, you
Only
do
the
have power.
people-
Committees have power.
The only people that get elected have power.
No, committees.
No.
Yes.
No. Committees of people that were elected group together and they pass the
How
legislation.
how do soccer moms lower the speed of streets? They go and
They put pressure on the people that got elected and be like, I won't vote for you again. I'll actually try to get you unseated unless you pass the legislation I want you to pass.
exactly. So we do that.
Yeah, they have to convince the person that was elected to pass the stuff.
Yeah.
So we want to elect the less bad guy and try to push the policies that are the best and make him pass it. Like, I'm pretty sure Biden's passed a lot of stuff that he didn't necessarily want to pass, but he had so much pressure from people farther to the left of him to do it. So, like, he's done more good than a lot of people thought he would because there's so much pressure on him. Like, you only the people that get elected really matter.
You are so right. You're just one step behind.
Like,
Vote for who you
were right.
want and then push that
you get a
pressure on
bunch
that
of
person.
people that want to improve things, and then you pressure politicians.
Mhm.
But the pressure only matters if they're going to lose their job, and they're only going to lose their job if they get outvoted.
So, like, here's an example. Let's say you're a Republican, and you want Republican policies. You decide you don't want to vote. The Democrat ends up winning. Your voice essentially means a lot less if you say, hey, Mr. Democrat who already won the majority, I'm not going to vote for you again next year
Thanks.
if you don't do this. And they're like, okay, you didn't vote for me this year and I won.
Yeah.
So why don't you vote for the person you want to win? You make an active choice and say, hey, I voted for you.
I don't think
If you don't
that-
do this, I'm not going to vote for you next year, which means you're not going to have as high of a likelihood to win
no,
because I'm taking a vote away.
you build more pressure than just one vote.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. It
Well,
doesn't
I think
matter.
Or better yet, you do the opposite, where you're like, hey, I have 50,000 people here that didn't
How are
fucking
you gonna
vote
get
for
50,000?
anybody.
Nobody cares about people that don't vote.
No,
You actually made a really good point with
you
the soccer
say-
mom thing. The
you
reason
say-
they have so much power is because they vote.
No, you say, hey, I have all these people that don't vote. If you pass this bill, we'll vote for you.
Why would they ever believe you?
Right. There's no action to show that. There's no trust there. There's
That's-
no believability to it.
That's why
That's-
a lot of the
no,
laws that
that's
get passed
lobbying.
benefit.
Guarantee.
That's lobbying.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it works.
No,
But you're trying to lobby
lobbying
with
works
no power.
from voters.
You're trying to say, hey, these people who've never done anything before will totally do something if you do this. And they're like, where's the proof?
That's
No,
why
that's
there's so many laws get passed
bullshit.
are the ones
It
that
is- it is
benefit
bullshit. I agree
older
with you.
white people.
Because
It's because
you-
older white people
Vote.
vote. That's why young
agree
people
with you.
don't matter.
Because you make an agreement to vote for this person next year because they passed.
But why are they going to
the
believe
bill.
you? Why are they going to believe you're going to?
You vote them in.
Because you've passed the bill that people wanted to pass.
But why are
the
they
whole
gonna-
reason why they're not voting.
Why would they pass the bill when all you have to offer is like, no, trust me, I'll totally vote for you. I know I've never done in the past,
You
but I
have
will.
50,000
Totally.
people that write a written agreement or whatever you need that they're going to vote for you if you pass this bill.
So let's say I'm running and I want to kill 0 babies.
Yes.
Or let's say 1% babies.
No, do 0.
Braden's running. He wants to kill 49%
Yeah,
babies.
dude, fuck them babies.
And you've got 50,000 people. Let's say we've each got, X percentage of the population that votes for us. About even, like our system is. And you've got 50,000 people who didn't vote.
The landslide right there.
For what?
For if you
What are you going to do?
Hey,
Mhm.
instead of passing a bill where you kill 1%, pass a bill where you kill 0% babies. I got 50,000 voters here that'll vote for you.
Are they going to vote for the other guy? If I don't?
Ooh, that was good. But
Yeah.
So it does nothing.
I guess then yes.
Okay.
Then
Well,
you-
I
then
don't
you-
support 49%, so I'm just going to win this election. And then next time, me and Braden are going at it again, and you're like, oh, I guess we got to vote for the 49% babies one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do?
I mean, we give him the same thing, but if he says the same thing, then
That's where it falls apart. That's the issue. You need to vote and then do exactly what you're saying.
no, you need to build smaller. I think.
I think what you need to do is you need to come to me and be like, hey, we got all 50,000 of these people to vote for you, and you won by like 25,000 votes. We basically put you in office. We will only keep supporting you if you start pushing this other legislation. We want 0%. I know that you want 1%. We want 0, and we're enough of your base that if you don't do it and we don't vote for you next time, you're going to lose.
Well, it's a guaranteed win versus a loss, or a potential loss. It's like, hey, we have 50,000 people.
Mhm.
We will vote for you if you pass this law instead. And then you're like, well, what if I don't do it? Well, what if you don't win? You're losing 50,000 votes.
Yeah, but I've
Those
already got
50,000
a
votes
lot of
don't
people that
matter.
are going to vote for me. I have a pretty good shot at winning this election.
You don't.
Yeah,
It's even.
It's about 50-50.
It's even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
have
50.
a pretty good shot. I think I'm going to win on my issues, and
And
you don't vote, so why would I care?
And I know you're not
Because
gonna
you
vote
can win more voters.
But he thinks he's going
But
to
then
win.
I would have
Like,
to change my policies, which I don't necessarily want to do. I might lose some of my already existing voters if I change my 1% policy.
Yeah, but you'll get
And they vote.
50,000. You get 50,000 more for sure.
Not for sure though, because
Yes,
you guys
for
don't
sure.
vote.
Because if you do 0%, then you're gonna win over all these people because it's versus 49%.
But what if I lose? So you have 50,000 people that say you're going to vote for me if I do something after I'm elected.
what if I have 75,000 or 60,000?
What? Yeah. What
no,
if I
no,
lose?
you promise because the current law is 0% or
That being-
30%.
Yeah, maybe it's in the middle.
Maybe it's in the
And I
middle.
wanna-
Maybe it's 30%.
I want to remove 29% of the dead
If you
babies.
were gonna do 29%, then we'd probably vote for you. But I'm assuming that it's 0% because that's the logic that we were using just barely.
yeah.
It
but
was
if
like
we
a 0%. So you're trying to raise it to 1%.
Okay, so you're withholding voters if the conditions are already good. But in the current political system, I assume the conditions are not that perfect number. So you have to pick the one that's better and push them to the perfect number.
Well, then, if it's that case, then yes, of course you vote for the 1% babies. If he's gonna lower
It's
that,
that case, always.
Right.
it's
so
not
it's like
that case though, because
Always.
that's not what I was assuming. I was assuming that we were at 0% baby deaths.
But we're not.
But like
Like
baby death
killing-
is just a hyper extreme example to illustrate. But like if you take a real issue that you think matters, like I don't know, healthcare or
The greenhouse stuff.
sure
Greenhouse gas,
climate change, right? Joe Biden's not perfect on climate change. Like you have one side that wants to go, we don't believe that humans are causing it or that it's a big deal or something or that we can fix it later. You have Biden who's like, well, I think we should reduce it a bit. And then you have like the ideal version of we should try really hard to cut it all the way. Why would I ever vote for this guy when this guy's so much closer to what I want? Because we're not in the perfect scenario right here and we're choosing between two bad options.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the real world and we want to choose the better. I don't know. Yeah.
That was a long episode, guys. It got quite heated quite again.
One more political topic.
Yes.
Dude, I have to pee. So
Okay, this is a quick
I
one.
just, Can you believe that they're already starting to try and say like holiday party instead of Christmas party?
All right.
Bunch of bullshit.
One last one. I think diapers and bidets should be a commonplace in all households. You guys are the best. I love you all. Vote for who you want to vote for. Okay, yeah, one more.
I got one more.
Okay.
Yeah. Check out our Patreon.
And vote on whether or not you like our episodes.
Yeah, patreon.com/the Kickback.
If we get enough people on there, we will start a committee and we will push for 0% babies.
Dude, that's what we could do.
Yeah.
0% babies.
Yeah, let's get political. Fuck it. Even though we agree on nothing. So, well, those two agree on most things. I agree with them on nothing. Kill the babies.
I'm not voting for him. I'm never dating a Mexican again.
Now, for those of us who have been to Buddy's house, we can hear their neighbors upstairs walking, which means they definitely heard Jerry yelling.
Wait, was this last night?
Yeah.
Sick invite.
Yeah.
Well, it was like 11. You didn't.
Invite.
I would have invited you. You didn't have a car to get there.
Yeah, I live down the street.
Bro.
I live down the street.
I wasn't.
I can
home.
explain the circumstances later.
Yeah, we'll explain.
And
the
you will
circumstances
forgive
later.
us.
And I'll show you pictures of my grandma, who looks like the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy 4.
Okay.
There's 4 of them?